Hi, welcome to Sub4 TV, and I'm going to talk to Richard Chaplow, who's one of the main players over at Doncaster Football Club. And we're going to have a chat about using splints to deal with sports injuries, but not just any old splints. We're going to talk about mouth splints.
Yeah, this one here.
Okay, and this is a bespoke, handmade device.
Yeah.
How did you get to use that, Richard?
Through a friend of mine, I got introduced to Stefan Bossen, chiropractor over at Court Physiatry, who basically did a number of different tests and found that I would probably benefit from a mouth splint through something called an occlusion. And he sent me over to Lake Como to a friend of his, and this is custom made for me.
So Stefan Bossen's a chiropractor, and you went to see Jean-Pierre Arougenon, who's a world famous chiropractor, does all the textbooks and travels the world speaking about some of his techniques. And he's a big believer that when you have musculoskeletal dysfunction, by using a mouth guard for an occlusion, it can help to deal with other musculoskeletal problems. So an occlusion is where the top jaw doesn't fit on the bottom jaw. There's different types of occlusion.
Yes, obviously from my point of view it was about neutralising my bite and trying to make it neutral from the top. And then obviously having the orthotics in to make me neutral at the bottom. So
what we did actually was, because we found that there was a bony difference in leg length, we made some orthoses that just had a very mild 3mm heel raise on the right side. And we estimated the bony difference in leg length to be about 7mm. So we took the attitude dealing with Jean-Pierre and Stefan. If we put 3mm in here, and then we dealt with the malocclusion as well, the kind of the neuromuscular effect from the top, and then the physical effect of the orthosis from the bottom, together they would unwind the pelvis and make it more neutral and put it into a better position, which was actually slightly anterior and sitting about 8 to 10 degrees forward. How's it felt?
Well, slowly I've seen a very positive progression through the first 6 months. It was great. Obviously I came to see you with an Achilles pain, and that soon disappeared, I think after 2 to 3 weeks. And then off the back of that, I've obviously done a lot of strengthening throughout. Being in a neutral position has obviously helped me massively. And I then got to a position last year where my availability for the fixtures was as high as 95%, which is probably the highest it's been for me since I was 18, 19 years old. So the way I'm feeling right now off the mouth splint and obviously the orthotics has done me a world of good, and just wish as I said to you earlier, that I'd found the package maybe earlier. Felt that injuries had hindered me throughout my career, but now I feel in a position of strength and very positive going forward, and in the terms of my availability for my soccer team, and hopefully that can be beneficial for myself and obviously the team.
So what's football's attitude towards these kind of new techniques? Because I know they've used in-shoe orthoses for quite some time. But splints is completely new, isn't it? What's the attitude of your footballing colleagues around you?
It's as you would expect from some football people. It's hard to maybe open your mind up to what can help you and what can't help you. Obviously, from my point of view, I'd been hindered with injuries throughout my career, and I was willing to try anything outside of the box, if you will. I obviously found that orthotics were beneficial for me to an extent, but felt that the splint just put the final jigsaw in place.
How long ago was that?
That was coming up to 2 years now, so I've had nothing since, and like I said, feeling strong and feeling better than ever, really.
Great. Okay.
Good.
Well, thanks for sharing that insight. A lot of practitioners will be really interested using a combination of the actual splints and orthotics. So Richard, it's been a pleasure having you here today.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, and all the very best for the season.
Thank you very much.